June is stacked with movie releases, from action-packed spin-offs to emotional dramas and risky sequels, but which one will soar and which one will sink? In this video, I'm breaking down which June movies will be hits, flops, or somewhere in between. By the by, I'm the movie guy and let's start this list. Ballerina will flop. Ana de Armas has made a good career for herself, but I don't think that she will advance it very much with this one. Ghosted was a misfire for Ana de Armas, and unfortunately, Ballerina shows similar red flags. The From the World of John Wick tagline feels like a quality smokescreen and a sign that studios worried about the box office appeal. While the John Wick brand usually signals slick choreography and deep world building, Ballerina looks less grounded and more stylized, which might not resonate with core fans. I think that the box office will be kind to Ballerina, as it should, but after the failure of the TV show, I think that the John Wick series will take another L on June 6th. The Phoenician scheme will bomb. I think that this is also a bit of a controversial opinion, as Wes Anderson has proven that he can sell. His previous 3 movies have doubled the production budget, but I think that run will end with Phoenician scheme. First of all, it's a tough weekend releasing alongside Ballerina. I also haven't seen a lot of marketing for this one. I haven't seen ads, I haven't seen interviews. Even the usual star power is missing here, with Benicio del Toro being the biggest draw. The Phoenician scheme appears to double down on Anderson's more esoteric quirks, symmetric visuals, fractured timelines, but without marquee names or marketing, it risks being our house noise to casual viewers. Critically, I think it will be a good movie, but the last 2 releases, Asteroid City and The French Dispatch, have both been difficult viewings for the audience. The Phoenician scheme premieres on June 6th. The Life of Chuck critical hit. Mike Flanagan returns to the big screen with a story inspired by 3 chapters of a Stephen King novella. Normally at 1 hour and 50 minutes, the source material might seem thin, but Flanagan has proven he can stretch a concept with his last 4 Netflix projects, and that he's a fantastic mind behind the camera, so it's difficult for me to not see this as a critical hit for him, although I'm not so sure about it financially. The Life of Chuck premieres on June 6th. Straw, audience hit. Taraji P. Henson looks absolutely amazing in this movie, where she plays a single mother who is navigating bad news after worse news. I think we've seen this type of bank robbing movies by a person who just needs a break quite a lot recently. Think of Breaking or even Ambulance. What seems to set Straw apart is Taraji P. Henson's grounded performance and the way it taps into systemic despair in working-class America. It's more social commentary than shoot 'em up. The emotional core will likely resonate with audiences, even if critics are lukewarm, aside from the praise that Taraji is going to get. Straw premieres on Netflix on June 6th. Predator Killer of Killers critical hit. If there is one movie that you can watch from streaming this month, make it be Predator. This animation movie is about 3 different civilizations fighting the Predator. It's 3 separate stories. The monster is the only thing that unites them, but the trailer looks absolutely fantastic. The action looks great, the voice acting seems good, and at 1 hour and 30 minutes, I think it'll be the best movie on streaming services this month. Predator Killer of Killers premieres on June 6th on Hulu. Deep Cover critical flop. This comedy movie is about 3 improv actors who go undercover in the underworld. Deep Cover feels like a half-baked parody with awkward punchlines and bland visual design. It's trying to be 21 Jump Street, but without the chemistry or sharp satire, and then this movie will be released on a Thursday, which makes me feel like the Amazon Prime don't have any confidence in it whatsoever, so I think it's gonna be a flop. If you want to check it out, Deep Cover will release on the 12th of June on Amazon Prime. How to Train Your Dragon critical flop commercial hit. Personally, I'm not a fan of live action remakes. They often feel like cash grabs, but they do pull in strong box office numbers, and How to Train Your Dragon is likely no different. However, these movies generally do well, and the animation that this is based on is a really good series. Universal will undoubtedly make their pockets fatter with this one, but at the cost of more than a few bad reviews by critics. How to Train Your Dragon will premiere in theaters on June 13th. Materialist audience hit commercial flop. Rom-coms may be out of fashion, which is a shame because the genre was very lucrative for both audiences and commercial ratings. I think Materialist will capitalize on the lack of competition and make a nice name for itself. Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, Pedro Pascal play here in this movie about a matchmaker unsure whether to pick her ex or the seemingly perfect guy. I think that the audiences will love it, but it'll be a flop as mature audiences might take their kids to see How to Train Your Dragon. Materialist will premiere on June 13th in theaters. Echo Valley critical hit. Echo Valley is a family drama that I think will be fairly good for a number of reasons. First of all, the talent on screen is undeniable. Julianne Moore, Sydney Sweeney, Domhnall Gleeson, these are all fantastic actors, and Julianne has really only picked intriguing movies throughout her whole career. Second of all, Apple TV are distributing it, and Apple is very selective about the movies that they want, and usually they're very good. Thirdly, the trailer looks good. If you want to check out Echo Valley, it's going to stream on Apple TV on June 13th. 28 years later, commercial and critical hit. If it's one movie in the theater to watch this month, it's the third movie helmed by Danny Boyle and Alex Garland in the later franchise, I guess. It's amazing to get back into this universe with a powerhouse cast which includes Jack O'Connell, Ralph Fiennes, and Aaron Taylor-Johnson. The trailer looks amazing. The story revolves around a group of survivors who live on a remote island, but they go mainland and discover secrets and horrors. It's probably the last movie in the series, and I think it will end with a bang, and it's been 18 years since 28 weeks later. I think that horror fans and the fans of the series will make the movie a commercial success, and I think that it's going to be so good that this will also be a critical success. 28 years later will premiere on June 20th. Elio commercial hit, critical failure. Pixar have been more missed than hit lately, and I think that streak will continue here. Parents will take their kids to see it, but the quality just won't be there. We follow Elio, a kid who is obsessed with space, and he has this cosmic adventure. I think Pixar lost a lot of the allure that it had at the beginning of the millennium. I hope that the movie will be good because I love Pixar, but I don't think it'll happen. Elio will premiere on June 20th. F1 the movie commercial hit, critical failure. F1 fans are loyal and they'll show up in droves, but whether they'll leave satisfied is another story. I think capturing the feel of Formula 1 is just such a hard thing to do on the big or even the small screen. The real challenge is making F1 racing feel intimate, most attempts drawn in CGI or soap opera drama. The trailer shows slick shots, but emotional stakes feel underwritten. Rush did it fairly well, but it just hasn't been replicated since. Brad Pitt has charisma, he will be his usual self here, and he will play a veteran driver signed in order to mentor a young and valuable pilot. Capturing the fast pace of F1 will be too much for Joseph Kosinski, although I thought the same for Top Gun Maverick and I was totally wrong. F1 the movie premieres on June 27th. Horror movie fans will also be in line at the cinema to watch the sequel to the very appreciated Megan. The killer doll will be taking on a military-grade weapon which uses Megan's technology. I would love to say that this movie is going to be good, however I'm not very optimistic about it. Megan 2.0 seems to lean harder into sci-fi military territory, which could overshadow the eerie charm that made the first so effective. Upping the scale might mean losing the soul. The old band is still here, Jared Johnstone has returned to direct, James Wan helped write the project. It just feels like a very premature sequel that tries to capitalize on the success of the first movie. But commercially it'll be a hit, I'm sure of that. Megan 2.0 premieres on June 27th. Which of these movies are on your watch list? Let me know down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more movie verdicts. Until next time, keep on watching movies, guys.